I have a super special video today. I will be interviewing Ibrahim, who went from zero to $10,000 cash collected in his AI automation agency in the span of 5 weeks of working with us all through YouTube. He's booked 20 plus calls. Again, he's collected $10,000 in cash, and he's went from 13 subscribers to 650 subscribers, and he shows no signs of slowing down. We're going to go over what he was doing before, what he's doing now that's working, and again, he scaled his agency from zero to $10,000 plus cash collected in a matter of 5 weeks of working with us all through YouTube organic. And again, we're going to cover all those strategies in this video. If you have any questions, just let me know. Enjoy. Hello, everyone. I am joined by Ibrahim, founder of Shadow AI. We have been working with him for the past 5 weeks, helping him and his agency do inbound to YouTube marketing. And starting from ground zero, essentially, he has been able to see some insane results from what we've told him, and also amazing content he's been putting out. So, Ibrahim, how are you, man? What does your company do, and who do you guys serve?
Yeah, my name's Ibrahim and been working as the founder of Shadow AI, pretty much providing voice AI solutions or AI callers to all sorts of businesses. And I've been doing it for just over maybe like a month or so. And it's been a wild ride so far, working with Shaz and the team.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to get into your results right now. So through YouTube, I believe we started working together around 13-ish, 15-ish subscribers. Now you're pushing, I think, 700 the last time I checked, which is amazing. What have you directly seen from YouTube in terms of sales calls, revenue, or even maybe people that you've met?
I think it's pretty much everything you mentioned. I mean, we've seen amazing growth in terms of revenue, huge amount of calls compared to what I was getting before, which was almost nothing, right? And then also meeting amazing connections. Just a couple days ago, I got a meeting with one connection where he's got contracts from like 5 figures to almost 6 figures. And it's almost insane because before I was maybe dealing with, guys who are trying to penny pinch, a couple $100 contracts to now I'm meeting guys like they've got proposals right and left, right? They're getting insane contracts, and they're looking at me as an expert in the field just because of the content I'm creating. So it's been a superb sort of growth that I've seen in also the revenue as well, like I mentioned, just almost reaching 10K per month now. So it's been amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know you had a lead come in the other day about around $25,000 to $50,000. You put that down on your Calendly form, and you shot me over a message like, yeah, this can't be real. And I'm like, you never know who's watching your videos. That's my favorite thing about YouTube. Second biggest search engine. Never know who's watching your videos. And even with, a relatively small channel, I mean, not now, you're at 700 subscribers, but even before, when you're at 50, sub 100 subscribers, you were having sales calls and you were getting interest from people that are willing to pay good money for your services. So that is really interesting to see. And in terms of your agency, what has your transition been? So you're getting into YouTube now. What were you doing before? I recall you're on Upwork, right?
Yeah, so I started back in January with Upwork, just getting experience with some sales calls, but I was still having trouble trying to convert those calls into actual, deals, right? I was getting some experience just talking to clients and things like that. But even when I was converting, those deals were like anywhere from $100 or, less than $100 to just a couple $100. So it was nothing special. And I knew that in order to get some of those bigger contracts, 4-figure deals, maybe even 5-figure deals, I would have to create content and do or build some sort of personal brand, because that's the way to go. That's how you're going to attract those high quality clients, is from something like a personal brand. Once I kind of went away from Upwork and went into this YouTube sort of thing, that's when it kind of blew up and I started getting a bunch of calls, started converting like crazy, increasing the revenue probably like tenfold, right? Been amazing growth so far.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then props to you for putting yourself out there and doing YouTube and doing the personal branding. I think a lot of people are held back by putting your face on camera, which is cringy at times. Like, dude, I've been there a million times. It's weird, but the upside compared to the downside of creating content, specifically on YouTube, where it's more of an educated audience, is just, it's worth it every time, in my opinion. So, props to you for getting yourself out there. And obviously you've seen the benefits of taking that action and getting on YouTube and working with us. So that's really cool. Moving to the next question, is there something that specifically surprised you about YouTube that maybe you didn't think would happen before, or maybe like a misconception you had before?
I would say just like people coming to you right away and just perceiving you as an expert, because I've always heard that, like, as soon as you start creating content, people will just kind of be attracted to you and like immediately believe that you're the expert. And like I knew that in the back of my head, but once I started seeing it on the calls, my confidence kind of went through the roof because I've never been like a good salesperson on actual sales calls, and I've had trouble, transitioning a regular call into, pitching my services. But once I started to see clients actually already, interested in myself, and they were already convincing their own self, right? Like I didn't really have to do much convincing. They're already sold. My confidence just went like sky high, and that was pretty cool to see just because that was something I struggled with a lot. Sales has always been kind of a weakness of mine, so content just coming in there and giving me that confidence to make those sales on the calls was a huge boost for me.
Absolutely. You mentioned a really important point where it's essentially when you post on YouTube, you have all these videos selling on your behalf 24/7 to people across the world. For example, I know we had discussions about people reaching out to you, like C-suite level people on like six-figure companies reaching out to you from like, I think the Middle East you mentioned and other places. Like you literally never know who's watching. And just by nature of content and valuable content at that, for example, like you're posting really good content. You're posting like 2 hour long in-depth tutorials. You're posting comparison videos, so you know what you're talking about. And that just does wonders in terms of sales, where to the point, like, honestly, you just have to sort of convey the price and give them a timeline, and all the trust is taken care of by content. So you're talking about all of your success on YouTube so far, and I know you mentioned you started in January, probably did a little stuff with Upwork, then you transitioned into YouTube. So one of the best things I like about YouTube, it's a really long-term play, right? So it's a really leveraged play for the long term. So, maybe you don't close someone this month, but 2 months down the road, they see another one of your videos that are amazing, and then they book in a call, and then they pay you, a four-figure deal or a five-figure deal. So in the next 6 months, probably taking it to the end of 2024, where do you see your business growing because of YouTube, because of all the sort of attention that you've attracted through that channel?
It can easily explode to at least five figures per month because I'm already reaching that number in just like 1 month, right? Starting from pretty much zero to almost 10K per month. So easily five figures per month. And then I think this is going to be like a really good launching pad, not just the agency that I have going, but also the personal brand. It's going to be an amazing launch pad for me to build something like a SaaS, because that's always been a goal of mine, is to let this be kind of like a path for me to eventually gain some of the skills, but also the distribution for something like building a SaaS, because that's huge, right? Not only do you have to be able to build some of these products and softwares, but you also need to have the marketing. You need to have an audience, and just getting the experience with YouTube and having people who already perceive me as an expert in the field allows me to just deliver a SaaS or my agency services a lot more easier. And, hopefully I can even grow a SaaS to, 10K or 20K per month, 6 months or even a year down the line.
Absolutely, man. You have the attention, and then with attention, you could really sell anything, right? That's another thing about YouTube. You get everything. So you could hire team members through YouTube. Some of the best people I've worked with and I hired, and they're on my team. They found me through YouTube. They did free work. I hired them. Simple, right? People that you actually sell products to, sell your programs to, in your high ticket courses and SaaS products, you can find through YouTube. Actual friends, like I met a lot of friends through YouTube. I met you through YouTube, right? And I consider like, it's fun working with you. So you could just meet everyone through YouTube, and it's a matter of just putting yourself out there. I actually got a recent insight from Ty Lopez, which is like, the godfather of marketing, the make money online type of guy. Recently in one of his masterminds, he said that the only two real surviving businesses will be AI and personal branding, because you can't replace a personal brand with AI, then AI sort of covers the rest, right? And we're both doing that right now. So we sort of have both of those boxes checked. So I'm super happy to see where you take this by the end of the year, and then going further from there. So that's really cool. Just wrapping it up here, if anyone was on the fence for having their agency and trying to get more leads and wanted to get on YouTube or wanted to work with us, but they just don't know if it's the right time or the right avenue, what advice would you give them in terms of working with us and getting on YouTube? Was it useful working with us? Did we give you good insights? What would you say?
First, look at yourself and see whether or not you have actually believe in yourself. Are you willing to take action? And if you can take that step, then I think it's just a matter of thinking it in terms of having like an ROI type of mindset. Like, yeah, there might be an upfront fee to working with a guy like you, but the return you get on it, you can pretty much pay for the service itself right away, like I did.
Yeah.
The clients I got, like I didn't get one client, I didn't get two clients, I got multiple clients, right? Which pretty much paid for the services as well. So when you think long term, which I feel like everyone should, this is kind of like a no-brainer, right? It's pretty much you're just paying for expedited growth and also your expertise, your 1 year's worth of learning that you've been doing on YouTube. And if you look at it, almost everything from that point of view, like I said, no-brainer.
I love that. And I love that. And that's exactly how we're building the business. It's like we want to make it a no-brainer. We're essentially like, if you listen to sort of the path that we guide you on and you don't quit, it's illogical for you not to make money. Like you cannot make your money back. Like, or you cannot not make your money back, you know? So you will always get an ROI as long as you sort of listen to the advice and the insights we're giving you and you just grind it out like you've been. Like you're putting out quality content. I have yet to work with a person that has put out a 2 hour video. Like that is nuts. Like you don't realize like I don't think people realize till they get on YouTube that is nuts. Dude, when you posted that, look at all the growth that came from that. I think it's sitting at like 7.5K views, somewhere around there, which is insane for a 2 hour video. So you put in the work, you know, you might have some expedited growth along the way, like working with someone like myself, and you will get results, especially on YouTube. It's almost inevitable if you're selling something that works. And like you said, you believe in yourself. So I really appreciate the insights, man. Where can people find you? What's your website, your handles, all that stuff?
So my YouTube is pretty much my name, Ibrahim Munir, and then you can also find me on LinkedIn, same first and last name. Those are the main places you can find me at, and then also my website, shadow-ai.co.
Sweet. Thanks for your time, man.
Yep, no problem.